the way this thing is set up, there's the twister clan. There's the blue. There's the bird clan. Wolf. And as you can see, my proportions are really screwed up. Here, wild potato, and paint. And all of these are set up according to the old story, the way they quote emerged from the fire. And it's kind of a long story, but it makes sense and explains it all. And we'll get to that sometime. But there's supposed to be enough room between these and here so that this area is like the dance ground and all this, that, and the other. Now directly to the east is the speaker stand. The speaker stand is supposed to be shaped like a doorway. Now the one we got square because that was the best I could do. But it is supposed to be a doorway. That's where the light of the new day is coming from the east. And this is like the portal from the void into this world. And people addressing the people during council, if they are physically able, are supposed to come to the speakers. And the speaker stand, the doorway, is the formal entrance and exit out of the ceremony. Now, the quote, 7 arbors, and I don't know why they use the word arbor, but it's stuck. The way I did them was I was trying to combine the ceremonial ground and the quote, temple, the council house, into one structure. At other grounds, you will see this gap in between. And the gap is for people with no clans. They can sit there. Because during formal ceremony, the clan arbors are occupied by the members of those clans. And guests are seated in the in-between space because they don't have.
Ernie, do the clans put a markup as to who they are, a sign, anything?
It depends on where you are. Some of them do have pictures or writing in Cherokee. And the reason for that is because I don't know if originally there was a standardized, this clan went here and this clan went here, but I know in the last 100 years, all of them ain't necessarily arranged this way. The only one so far that has never moved is this one. Because they all start from there. So I've been to like 6 or 7 different grounds, and this, the twister clan, is the only one that's been in the same position. These others, I've seen wolf here, deer here, wolf over here. It's, and I think it's just, I don't know, the choice of the people.
I think redbird is still that way.
Yeah, because this is where I learned this one.
Yeah, but I don't know if,
Because I know at the wolf ground, they were different.
yeah, and I don't know if G-Squaz is, I know he was thinking about doing it that way, but I don't know if he did at Four Mothers.
Yeah.
The ceremonial towns that you had me read through,
Uh-huh.
they showed the one clan with the chief's bed in the west,
Yeah.
and they had the warrior's bed in the north, and visitors were in the southeast.
Yeah. But that's some creeps, you gotta expect that.
Well, there's several examples of different layouts they had. It's
Yeah.
my point.
But like I said, them creeps, so you gotta expect them to be all eccentric like that.
No.
Another one to show me.
Now, the directions, and it seems like a silly thing, and I thought it was until my grandma and my uncle said, the directions are not going out. North is not that way. North is this way. East is this way. Comes from there to here. All the directions come in to the central thing, and I said, as a little kid, what difference does it make? And okay, I don't know if this is a silly little answer to satisfy a kid, but I've thought about it over the years. The directions have to be coming to you, to the central point, because if they were going out and you decided to go to those mountains over there, you'd never get there. Because they'd be constantly moving away from you. Really? And the more I've thought about it, yeah, if it's all going out, we would never get there.
Well, if they're going out, the further you went, the more you'd come back around to the other side.
Pretty much, but the energy movement is in. It's into the fire, it's into you. It's
That's why we
not
have to
out.
calling in directions, when I call in the directions.
Yeah.
And it's like the path comes to you.
Yeah, it's a
And,
container.
To the path.
Container.
During ceremony, movement around the fire, around the grounds, is counterclockwise. And I asked when I was a little kid, why? And the answer was, well, that's the direction the sun moves through the sky. Now, I was born and raised in Oklahoma. If you're watching the sun, you gotta look south, which will be that way. You gotta look south, but the sun is there. And it moves left to right. You know, anyone can see that. Unless you happen to be below the equator. And below the equator, you gotta look north and watch the sun go right to left. And our traditional story is we come from the headwaters of the Orinoco River. And when all this stuff was established, that's the way the sun was moving through the sky. And it still does. We're just in the wrong place. What an intriguing thing. Okay, now we come to the men's part.